picked up by Boyle. This is Tyler Boyle. There's 2 Boyles on the team as Andrew Stapleton pushes this one forward. Andrew Stapleton will have increased responsibilities today with the out of Jan Kubak, who's got 9 assists. Hasn't scored yet this season, but Kubak has been dynamic and setting a lot of goals out. He's out tonight, and he's one of the top players on the team.
Yeah, Jan's a very valuable player, very, very smart player with great hockey experience.
O'Hanley tries to jump in and join the rush. It bounces off his stick, and it gets cleared all the way down to the other end. Picked up now by Joey Mcdougall. Mcdougall has had an offensive explosion this season. He's probably been the Tigers' best all-around player. Creates a lot of space, not just for himself, but for other teammates. Centering play in front of the net. Ollie Martin tried to bank at that one. That goes back in the neutral zone. Ollie Martin generally plays A-grade. In fact, he scores a lot of goals in the A-grade level. Used to be the goalie for Team Australia.
Ollie could play forward, defense, goal in any team for A-grade or Premier League, I reckon.
Ollie Martin, as Joey Mcdougall touches this up, there's going to be a penalty coming, but to finish that point on Ollie, he's got 2 goals in his 1 game he's played in the Premier League so far, so he'll fit in just all right with the call-up from A-grade.
Oh, absolutely.
But our first penalty of the game.
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird one. I'm not really sure. He gave him the elbowing there, bit of a rough call to give, but again, like we talked about last game, Rezek's a ref that won't let anything slip. He'll let you know exactly what's expected of you, and the early penalties sometimes actually help keep the game intact. So it'll be interesting to see how the Red Wings top unit here goes out on the power play, and good to see young Campbell out there as well. I think he's really found himself in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, Chris has really stepped up this year.
Chris Campbell plays us around the back of the boards, and the Red Wings will try to set something up. Gal to Newbound. Newbound, the only player with the Red Wings that hasn't got a point yet this season.
Typical of him, really.
And now we're going to have a stoppage in play, and I think the net off its bearings just a little bit. But Chris Campbell, you mentioned earlier, he had 2 assists as you look at the penalty. He had 2 assists in one of his first games in the Premier League, but by moving Campbell there, it's allowed them to have a bit of lineup flexibility and even moving guys like Ryan Rintala up to forward if they need him as well, just because they have that depth. Yeah,
and I think one great thing to see is, I know with Chris, the idea was to see how Chris would do in Premier League and then see how it goes. And he's really, as a young guy, he's taken the opportunity. He's playing even lines, he's playing power play, he's playing penalty killing, he's earning the ice time. It's not just given.
Great sign, especially on a team of veterans. But Stapleton, while shorthanded, creates a bit of a turnover. Steve Best tries to bank this the other way. Stapleton just nudged out of his own zone, back to neutral territory. Flicks this one forward. Tyler Leeming can't quite control it. Ryan Foll, he's got 11 goals on the season, as the puck taken away from him from Tyler Leeming. Leeming with the assist on the Best goal earlier, and the Tigers will clear all the way down the zone. Just 37 seconds to go on the power play. At about the 14-20 mark on your screen is when the man advantage to the Red Wings will come to an end. Leeming working out wide, bounces off a hit, centering play in front. Best couldn't quite finish the shot, and Ben Gebert, who's making his return to the Tigers this year after a couple years off, clears it the other way. Ben Gebert has looked in vintage form.
Oh, absolutely. Ben's been a big player this year and really stepped up.
Both teams had a big defensive addition that they didn't have last year. Adam Wise being the one for the Red Wings. He's on the ice right now, but it's Wise that don't want to touch the puck, but it was an errant pass, and this one chipped forward from Glenn Foll. Down the other direction, centering play, and couldn't quite finish off a rush. Working back the other direction, and this one in and out of play. So a decent pace to this one, and just the early goal from Steve Best, the difference.
Yeah, you're seeing actually a really balanced lineup from the Red Wings too. It's really good to see. Their second line's a very strong one. If you look at Rintala, Powell, and Villani there, that's a lot of speed and good size on Rintala too. I think they're really going to make a big difference playing defensively against this top line. And so far, you know, that depth and balance of the 2 lines has seemed to make a difference.
Sarcic tries to get a shot on the net. Tyler Boyle corrals this around the boards, back to Jai Sarcic. You'll see the Tigers run 2 centers and 3 sets of wingers today. Mcdougall and Stapleton being the 2 centers, and Mcdougall tips one in behind the net. Tyler Boyle working on the backhand over towards Joey Mcdougall. Ref getting in the way a little bit there. Mcdougall dangles around one, cuts towards the slot, and the Red Wings corral this out of the boards and goes over Glenn Foll. Still playing in the Premier League, Glenn Foll.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the legs are legs aren't quite what they used to be, but there's no one that reads the game quite like Glenn.
No man has captained his side in international ice hockey more than Glenn Full has for Australia, and he's running up the numbers on the age and the games in the scorebook now.
Yeah.
No, he's a great player to watch. I've obviously only been around for the very tail end of his career, but I've only heard good things about Glenn, and he's a great guy too. He does so much for the community and the sport here, so it's a real pleasure to have him around and be able to play against him too.
Ollie Martin tips this off to the point. Tyler Boyle keeps it in. Jeremy Klein going in on the forecheck for the Tigers. Two guys getting a call up from A-grade. Jeremy Klein buzzing around in front of the net, couldn't quite settle down the puck. And now going the other direction are the Tigers, but it goes right back to Tyler Boyle, the Team Australia star defenseman. Plays for the Adelaide Adrenaline. Quickly joining that leadership group of the Adrenaline as well. Lowe got the call up from A-grade. Chips it up the boards, picked up by Klein. Tries a centering play. Bill Nobound picks this up and banks this in behind the goal. McNair and Boyle, the defense pairing right now, and Tyler Boyle, he's got some speed, he can hurt you if he wants, and he's got hands. A nice backhanded pass to Stapleton. Sharp angle shot from Ollie Martin. He's got a cannon of a shot and a quick one too. Working in behind the net, Zach Boyle. Banks it off back to the point. Long shot in from Full, tip puck in front. Ollie Martin had that go off his skate and goes into the corner. Martin shoves a body out of the way. Bill Newbound with possession. Centering play in front, and it gets backhanded into the attacking zone. Max Rivers was the one that pushed that forward. He's made a triumphant return back to the Red Wings. Tough play in front of the net, and Brandon Taylor was on the recipient of a nice pass in, but Curtis Villani stands tall and makes a nice save.
That was a great save. You can see here Boyle moving the man to the outside, creating that space, and Villani's come across and just shut down the angle on Taylor. Real good play from Taylor to get that stick down and try and get that deflection in. A lot of the time it'll sneak through the goalie, but a very good job there from Villani.
Yeah, I think the one thing on that though, with Billy Newbern is you've got to play that stick away. You got to play the stick away.
Leeming going the other way, he sends it in front of the net. And Steve Best just couldn't quite handle it. Picked up by Taylor. Taylor already created that one opportunity. Ryan Full reaching ahead for this. Now Joey Mcdougall with some speed on the right side. Mcdougall behind the defense, cuts in front of the net. Oh, and someone got a stick on it to push this a little wide. Back to the point. Glenn Full to Ryan Full. Father-son combination. O'Hanley at the left point. Good job just setting it in front of the net, looking for a tip puck or tip stick or just something. O'Hanley tries to chip this one in, and it's picked up by Dave Gow. Left side to Steve Best. Best trying to cut to the net, just lost the puck a little bit. Best drops this off to Tyler Leeming. Centering play in front of the net, and the Tigers are going to have an opportunity to go the other direction, but it's going to be a line change, so Full has to hold up a little bit. Full trying to shovel this forward to Joey Mcdougall. Picked up by the Red Wings on the near boards, but back to Full. Centering play looking for Tyler Boyle. Back to the point. Kept in by McNair, pinching down low. Tried to find Ryan Full, trying to build on his 11 goals he's got this year. Centering play back to the right point for Benny Gebert. Tigers with a couple opportunities, but that top line of Gal, Leeming, and Best looking dangerous. Different from what they started off with the year. They're loading up on that top line.
Yeah, they are, and I think that gives them a lot of offensive responsibility, but it also gives that second line a lot of defensive responsibility. I think they're going to try and match it with the Tigers' second line as much as they can to really get that offense going.
Tyler Boyle works wide, but it's a turnover, and Ratala sends this to Nick Powell. It's a 3-on-0. Powell passes it over, and he scores!
And just that speed of that second line on the Red Wings in the depth is actually really showing for them here tonight. Really good job on that turnover from Rintala on the size. Real good drive to the back door there, and I think that's a very nice goal. Unfortunately, I think Forbes Light might have got a piece of that, but it just trickled through.
Yeah, it was Villani, Mitch Villani, that banked that one home, but a 3-on-0, and he just baited out the goaltender, and Mitch Villani had a wide open cage.
Yeah, that's nice bit of patience from Nick Powell there.
Yeah, he almost faked the shot too, which got Forbes White to drop, and once he dropped on that 2-on-0 and that pass goes across, he got nothing.
Red Wings living on the odd man rush to start this game.
Oh, well, that was a 3-on goalie. How often do you see that at this level?
Yeah, they started off with a turnover in their own end, and they made them pay. Tigers won't be too happy with that one.
No, it's been a lot of pace in the game, but not a whole heap of shall we say, brain so far.
Coach Savvy Mantier helping lay down the law on the broadcast.
No, it's a lot of...
Zach Boyle, sharp angle shot. Villani makes the save. He struggled to get that rebound, finally sprawls on top of it. But Villani's been up to the task so far. And here's a look at one of the turnovers that started this rush, I think. That was
just
Boyle.
A tiny bit of miscommunication there. And then very good feed there from Rentala. The D completely misplays it. I think that's, in the end, a very, very simple goal once Powell makes that fake and drops Forbes light.
You had 4 Tigers on one side of the ice, all in one small area.
Yeah, you can't afford to have that against a team like the Red Wings. I think the Red Wings also learnt that from last time they played us. The counter-attacks do make a difference. You don't always have to be dominating the game to win it.
It's a great point. The Red Wings lost 6-0 to the Jokers in their only loss of the year. And you wouldn't know it, but in parts of that game, the Red Wings were controlling a lot of the possession. But it was all turnovers and odd man rushes that the Jokers just feasted on, using their speed and skill to turn that puck the other direction and score.
Oh, absolutely. But the other part of that is you want to be very careful where you lose the puck. There was a couple of times on the blue lines and really, really dangerous zones where Red Wings end up losing the puck, and it's just really hard to cover from that.
Similar to what we've seen from the Red Wings in this game so far.
Exactly.
Although it's 6-0, it's really hard to win a game if you don't score a goal, and Jeremy Friedrich was pretty good. And now another odd man rush. Here's Rivers, tries a short angle shot, and it just trickles a little bit wide. Tigers trying to regain possession, but the fast opportunities keep coming for the Red Wings. That's the story in the early going of this one. Lob pass across ice goes all the way down the other way. That goes for icing, so it'll keep some tired legs on for the Tigers, and an offensive possession for the Red Wings.
It's been some good hockey so far. I'm really liking to see the Red Wings bring it to them. I think they, bouncing in from that big win against the Falcons and the Hawks as well, I think that confidence has comes through, and they're really starting to play. Oh.
Quick shot off the draw, and the Red Wings have made it a 3-0 game. I think it was Dave Gow that got the shot in right off the draw.
Oh, I think it was a Leemer. And again, Leemer knowing how to play the slot area, and just a quick shot. And if there's a stereotypical Tyler Leeming goal, you just saw it.
Well, Tyler Leeming, coming off a 4-goal performance, already has a goal and an assist in this one.
Yeah.
That's that top line again. Top line again, doing the work for him.
And as often with Tyler and Dave especially, nothing fancy, just effective and good old hockey.
Nothing fancy, just effective. That's a pretty good way of summing it up. And the Red Wings have built themselves a big 3-0 lead, making a little bit of a statement versus the Tigers, who really do fancy themselves as a title contender this year. But the Red Wings showing that they've got a lot of prowess and star power, and wanting to make a statement on the big TV Wednesday game here in the Ice Arena.
It's always a bit of fun playing in front of the cameras, and I think all the boys know that as well. I think you're always that extra switched on. You're probably preparing for it a little bit more. You know everyone's watching you. And a lot of these guys love the attention. You don't see many play worse because of it.
You can see in the corner there, a good crowd of people enjoying a beverage that the Ice Arena are putting on now. Great place to come down. Getting a new kitchen as well at the Ice Arena. You got to head down here even on Saturday. You can see the Jokers play in a double set of games, and you want to see teams that are setting the pace right now in both A and Premier League. You can come down for some public skating. You can grab a drink, grab some food, and watch. Park yourself on one of those chairs in the corner over there that we can see the fans doing here at the Ice Arena.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's just good fun watching a bit of hockey and having a good day out. Interesting to see right now from the Tigers team, you got Zach Boyle, played for O'Shea, you got Joey Mcdougall, big experience. Ryan Fall played a lot of high-level hockey. Stapleton, who's going to step up now, because they really need someone to step up.
Zach Boyle trying to take the game on himself, carries it all the way into the attacking zone, fires a shot on net, Delaney gloves that one down.
I'll almost say the unfortunate thing, and it's been a couple of years now, you play the Tigers and you get up a couple goals and they really stop playing their game. And they need to show some leadership and really step back in this one, because it can really run away from them if they start trying to do too much by themselves. That being said, they do have the skill to do it. They just, it's a team sport for a reason. It's very unlikely that they're going to be scoring goals going coast to coast.
Stapleton wins the draw. Full to left point for Zach Boyle. It's a power play now as Nick Powell is in the penalty box with 2 minutes, so a good chance for the Tigers to get one back here. Gebert tries to send this back to Boyle. So Powell in the box for the next minute and 45 seconds. I'll keep you updated on that clock. Turnover going the other way as Villani works his way in the corner, is centering the play. Picked up by Stapleton. Tigers just got to get set first, don't they?
Oh, absolutely.
Long stretch pass ahead.
It's a nice little delay from Ryan there.
Full drops it off to Stapleton on the backhand through the legs of Ben Gebert. Scuffling over to the right side is Zach Boyle to keep it in. Cross ice pass to Full. Sharp shot. Gets through traffic, and Villani made a tough save to keep that one out. And they've killed off the first minute of this power play, brought to you by Agile Group.
Villani's looked very good today. Top of the crease every time, cutting down those angles and making those saves. And I think that's going to be too many men for the Tigers as well. It's just everything seems to be going wrong for him today. I think Hanley is going to have to bring him back down here, bring him back down to earth, and pull their heads in.
And a bit of a look of frustration on Joey Mcdougall's face.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm looking at Joey as the guy who will really need to step up in this game and lead the Tigers. Joey's got great mentality, seen that with the adrenaline over the last couple of years, that, yeah, he can really take a lead here.
Well, it'll be 4-on-4 hockey for about 20 seconds, although the Red Wings are taking their sweet, sweet time to get back and make it a power play for their side. But it's 4-on-4 for the next 12 seconds. Puck in the neutral zone, picked up by Ollie Martin. He likes to shoot from afar, and he does, and that gets steered away out of play, and that will kill off the remaining seconds of the penalty to Nick Powell. So now the Red Wings will have an Agile Group power play of their own for the next minute and 36 seconds or less, or at least until the next minute takes us to the end of this period as we get the stop time at that minute mark now too. Stop time with the power play, big advantage.
Oh, absolutely. Especially with the running time, there's a couple of tricks you can play on the breaks to try and give yourself an advantage on the penalty killing.
Leeming takes this away from Full, and Leeming, being dangerous all day, cuts in front of the net, and a good job with the Tigers getting back, and they'll try to break out while shorthanded. Ryan Full coming down the wing. Full in the corner, he's just going to try to bury it there and eat away some time with about 30 seconds to go in the period and a minute left on the power play for the Red Wings. Dave Gall, though, has other ideas. He cuts to the middle of the ice. Dave Gall working wide. Gall in tight. Gall backhand centering play. Went Forbes White. Thought he had it smothered. The puck was actually loose in front of him. The play will stop regardless with 18 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, and again, the closer the puck is to the net, the happier Gall and Leeming are.
That's their zone.
Yeah.
That's their zone.
Entering the game, Dave Gall had 7 points in his last 2 games. We were waiting for him to explode, and it's coming a big way.
Absolutely. I mean, the quality is there, so it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, it shows just the hockey IQ those three have. They know exactly where to be and where to find each other. And sometimes that's a lot more than skill does for a player.
Red Wings looking for one last push in this opening frame. They've got 3 already. Why not 4? Rintala will just send this around the boards. Picked up by Powell, but that will do it. Goals from Steve Best, Mitch Villani, and Tyler Leeming have the Red Wings out to a commanding 3-0 lead after 1. We'll be back. A 3-goal explosion, and it came early and often for the Red Wings. A lot to like if you're a team or a fan of the team in red.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the big thing was Red Wings, they were really playing their game, playing at their strengths, especially with that first line, really moving the puck up quickly, getting in the slots, and getting to work there. And Tigers just did not have an answer for that.
Yeah, well, the Red Wings have been very good, and they've shown why they've been a competitive force. You still see a lot of the remains of that dynasty that went on for, what was it, 6 cups back in the day. There's a lot of pieces that are still left and still show why they're such a good team. I think the Tigers, you know, there's not too much to beat yourself up on, a lot of odd man rushes and things like that, but that being said, you've seen games get out of hand because teams don't control that. So maybe just being a little bit more simple in the way they play, a little bit more defensively sound and helping out the goaltender there. And they might claw back in the game here, which they're going to need to do.
Steve Best had the goal in the odd man rush from Tyler Leeming. Then Villani finished off a nice pass to make it 2-0. And then Tyler Leeming a quick goal off the faceoff. They've come in a hurry, and the Red Wings have a 3-0 lead so far in this one. And they have a power play to start the second period, too, just to make things a little more difficult.
Yeah, right now Red Wings are just controlling the puck completely.
Red Wings with only 5 seconds to go on the power play. That'll get eaten up pretty quickly as Ben Gebert picks this up. Tries to play this off to the left side, and they're causing all kinds of problems as Mitch Villani tries to poke this forward to Nick Powell. Centered in over the line. Gebert picks up the puck. The returning veteran player, longtime AIHL player, gets his stride. Full, who passes it to himself. Full with a quick shot on goal. Rebound, pops free. Villani gets on that one, with Joey Mcdougall causing a bit of havoc in front of the net, too.
It looks like Mcdougall's going to go for that as well. Probably a little bit unnecessary. Good shot from Foal. Villani's at the top of his crease. Real good save, and I think that's just popped out, and Mcdougall's followed that through a little bit late. So he'll go for the slash there. And I think we just got the shot count for the first period where Tigers actually outshot the Red Wings 8-6. So unfortunate 3 goals on 6 shots there for Forbes White, but you'll see those numbers climb back up very quickly.
Tough for Glenn Forbes White because one was on a 2-0 and one was on a 3-0. There wasn't really much that he could do about those, and the other one a really quick shot off the point. That was just a nice shot from Tyler Leeming.
How many hours of arguments or conversations with the referees do you think Glenn Foll has had in his life?
In his life, if you could quantify the hours, that's a great question. I'm going to say he's spent over a day of his life.
I was going to say, it's definitely more than
weeks.
hours. Yeah, it definitely wouldn't be hours. It'd be more than that.
That's a great one. Leave those ones in the comments section if you're watching on the Facebook stream. How many hours has Glenn Foll spent cumulative talking to a referee?
How many games has Glenn Foll played?
Oh, don't even want to think about that. More days than I've lived. Red Wings, though, on the Agile Group power play. Minute 47 to go in that. Tyler Leeming, quick shot on goal. He's found a good string of form.
And again, as Leeming was shooting, Dave Gall was in front of the net.
And Dave Gall now battling away behind the net. Tyler Boyle's got to clear this, and it just goes over Adam Wise's stick and back into the neutral zone. Wise part of a lot of those championships for the Red Wings, but then was on the Falcons for a couple years, making a return back to the Red Wings. Max Rivers, another one of those players that was part of that dynasty. The Red Wings don't want to say it's over yet. They have a point to prove. They're trying to send a statement to the rest of the league, namely maybe the Jokers. Gow down low, centering play. Boyle fans on the clearance, is chipped out just over the blue line, and the Red Wings will get a chance to reset and refocus with just 1 minute to go on the man advantage. Tyler Leeming from Ontario, Canada, works his way in close, centering play in front of the net, and Steve Best is there. Back to Leeming. Leeming off to Campbell, shot it on net. He was looking for his first goal. It was a heavy one, and that got tipped high and wide. Powell off to the right side, finds Villani. Villani evades one defender. Back to Nick Powell. Cross-ice pass, found Bill Newbound, who is pinching in. Newbound works his way back to his usual spot at the point with 23 seconds to go on the power play. Powell.
Really good puck movement from the Red Wings right now.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot behind the net. It's their comfort zone, and it's the safest zone to be playing on the power play. You don't want to be risking too much on the blue line. causing turnovers. So it's really good what they're doing down low here.
Glenn Forbes-White without his stick momentarily. He picks that up now as Villani works his way around as the dying seconds come off the man advantage. This chip forward picked up by Stapleton. The penalty just ended, so that is going to go for icing. Just a matter of mistiming, but that puck movement looking lethal.
Yeah, puck movement, and also I know it's easier on the power play, but throughout the game, the theme's been Reds winning all the loose pucks.
They're battling a lot harder than the Tigers are at this point. And you'd like to think with an experienced coach like O'Hanley that they've been told in the period break that they need to switch on and start really fighting for those pucks.
Rebound in front. This one scooped up by Tyler Boyle. He can't clear the zone. Kept in by
Again,
Tate.
loose puck for a Red.
Those little loose puck battles really adding up. Chipped ahead, and now Tyler Boyle will pick this up on the left wing. Work his way into the attacking zone. Tyler Boyle being a nice little addition. He's got 4 goals for some secondary scoring that the Tigers just really didn't have last year. See if they can get them on the mark. But now Ryan Rintila fires a shot on net. Glenn Forbes-White makes the save.
A good save. He's come out to the top of the crease, but just like you said, it's really all been Red Wings. The Tigers even struggling to get out of their zone together. I think Jan Kubek is a real addition that they'll be missing today. That's made a difference throughout the season in his first season in the Tigers uniform, and it's interesting to see how they play without him today and how the lines get shaked up a little bit.
Working around the corners, Jared Lowe making a call up front. He's played a few games now in the Premier competition for the Red Wings. With some speed, tip forward, and a nice leading pass from Jeremy Klein over to Joey Mcdougall, who had that one steered aside by Villani. Klein, his fans on his own.
Yeah, Tigers really need to work on being able to keep the puck in the offensive zone for a little bit.
It's usually one of their strengths too.
Absolutely, but all throughout this game, it's really come back as a boomerang every single time.
Do you think they're really missing the effects of someone that's such a puck possession guy in a Jan Kubek?
There should be, but again, I'm looking at players, senior players, and there's enough talent, there's enough hockey knowledge to be able to do that. As good a player as Kubek is, one player really shouldn't make the team.
Gebert, good job pinching in to keep this one alive in the offensive zone, trying to get some sustained pressure now from the Tigers, showing signs on this shift a little bit, but Gebert can't hold the line, and now it's a foot race for it, and scampering back is McNair, just winning that race with Max Rivers, making his return. He's a 3-time Premiership player, Max Rivers. Good pass to Ryan Full, works wide, Full tries to fire a shot, and a good stick.
Real nice
there.
play from Chris Campbell there, real nice play.
That's a rookie making that play on one of the most elite goal scorers in the competition.
That's definitely not a rookie play.
No, good composure from Campbell. He's been caught out a few times by himself in that D zone, and he's done what he needs to. A real joy to watch.
McNair working down low, and Campbell's defensive play has turned into an offensive possession for the Red Wings.
Again, great example. Ryan Fall had control of the puck, and Stevie Best, it's a big hustle, and this is the outcome. We're playing in the Tigers zone once again.
Leeming gets it off to Best. Centering play, Dave Gall tried to chip this forward. Leeming, centering play back to Gall. Gall, sharp shot. That one goes wide. Leeming and Gall, also elite lacrosse players in this state, as well as elite hockey players, and they're combining not just on the pitch, but here on the ice today. Leeming, centering play, nobody home, and Ben Gebert, just smart, flicks this into the other zone. He's going to allow his Tigers to get a line change and not get the icing call, but Gebert's going to have to defend once again. Steve Best, lead pass ahead. That's Tyler, or it was McNair tied up with Tyler Leeming, and Glenn Forbes-White will sprawl down on that.
Yeah, Forbes-White really needs to keep himself calm and do the simple things, and he's done that very well. You really can't fault him for much today. It's an unfortunate position to be in when those kind of goals go in, but he's a very quality and very experienced goaltender, so he'll find a way to keep his team in it, just like Coonan did the game before.
Tigers holding on, but you feel like if they get that 4th goal, the Red Wings, things might start to get slipping away for the Tides.
Yeah, it's looking tough right now, but again, it takes couple of high energy shifts to change the momentum, get some momentum in the offensive zone, put Villani under pressure, and it's a whole different game. But right now, it's really one-way traffic at the moment.
Full off the side of the net to Boyle. Right side to Jai Sarcic. Sarcic Whips one in behind the goal, and Tyler Boyle racing after that one. Tries to chip it in on the net, goes behind the goal. Joey Mcdougall. Glenn Full chipping in deep. Tigers got to be careful here. Boyle back to Mcdougall. Shot in and through traffic. No one can get a stick on it though. Boyle keeps it in. Shot in from the point. Oh, it had eyes. It just couldn't find the back of the net. It was a big booming shot. Tyler Boyle, or Zach Boyle again, fires one, and that goes off the point, but Zach Boyle just ripped one there.
And I would not want to be in front of that shot.
No, unless you got protection. Although, you know, that's a really, really good screen from Sarcic. I think Villani could not see that at all, and you need that.
Glad that Glenfall ducked down on behind the nets.
Yeah, especially with the helmet he's wearing.
Probably would have broken the puck.
Yeah, I'd be worried for the puck too on that one.
It just came down behind him. Everyone saying Glenn's conversations, by the way, with referees in the weeks.
In the weeks, yeah.
Let us know what you think on the comments below. Eric Ballnar joined with Sammy Mantier and Jeremy Friedrich calling the action. The Red Wings off to a 3-0 lead, and they almost made it 4 there as Lowe had a shot on net, and Glenn Forbes-White makes a key save. Tigers going to be relying on their goaltender a lot right now just to keep this team in it with a chance. Tigers can start with 1 goal, and Ollie Martin pokes it forward to Andrew Stapleton. Works out wide, fakes the shot. Adam Wise steers that clear and flicks it in, and it's an odd bounce, and there's a big break for Pellerin. Pellerin stopped by Glenn Forbes-White. Oh, he needed to make that save big time for the Tigers.
Yeah, that's a good example in second period, especially in defense. Players got to be really, really careful with the shifts.
Big check from behind from Jeremy Klein takes from Adam Wise, and I don't think there's much argument there. He's going to try, but it's going to be a man advantage for the Tigers.
Yeah, this is the chance the Tigers are going to need now.
It'll be interesting to see how they start to build some forward momentum. They're a very high-scoring team, the Tigers. So it's very interesting to see how they've gone a period scoreless and a period and a half scoreless now, and how they can bounce back and change the course of the game because there's still half a game to play.
So it's the Agile Group power play for the Tigers. They had one earlier in the game and they failed to score. This one that they can get right back in the hockey game with 1 year.
But great to see Red Wings first penalty kill unit and young Chris Campbell out there and earning the ice time.
Kept in by Ben Gebert. $1:54 to go on the power play. It's going to be around that 6:30 mark on the screen at home when this penalty is going to come to an end, or less if the Tigers can score. Ryan Full, cross-ice pass, couldn't quite settle it down. Ben Gebert looks up in a bit of frustration, and now the Red Wings were almost away, but Mcdougall keeps it in. Mcdougall, chip forward, Villani keeps a rebound, kicked out in front, nobody home for the Tigers, and the Red Wings will chip this away, having avoided a near disaster in front of their own net. Gebert tries a stretch pass, just gets through to Zach Boyle. Boyle finds Mcdougall coming in from the left point. Mcdougall back to the center for Gebert. Over to Boyle, sharp shot. That might have gone off a body and out of play, but the Tigers creating some opportunities, a minute left to go.
Yeah, it looks like Villani got a piece of that one there. Real good keep in the blue line from Mcdougall. So much experience there, and Red Wings got caught with 2 of their penalty killers trying to break out of the zone, which is a very risky play. Good save from Villani though to keep the situation under control.
Villani hasn't had to make a lot of spectacular saves, but he's made all the saves he needs to.
And
absolutely.
Well, sometimes the best saves are the ones that don't look that good. You know, he's been in the right position all game, and he's done everything he needs to for his team.
I think that's up to the Tigers now to really start putting Villani on the pump a bit.
Yeah, Tigers trying to up the pressure. You can feel it changing just a little bit, but they need one soon, so they don't have to click that panic button just yet. Ollie Martin to Full. Down low to Stapleton. To Glenn Full. Tigers tangled up in front of the net trying to create some traffic. To Martin, shot through traffic, and Villani somehow saw that to kick it aside, and the Red Wings can clear it, and the penalty will come to an end. O'Hanley whips one into the corner, and Stapleton going to try to jump on the forecheck, and Tate will clear this out of play, and I think that the Tigers should be going right back to the power play. That should be a delay of game.
It looks like Rezek shook his head there. I think he's pretty confident in the call he's made. Might have just nicked the boards before it went out of play. Definitely hit the netting at one point. Maybe just because it's below where, oh, you just can't see it. Where those boards end, even though there's netting there, it has to be above a specific line, and I think Rezek's made the call there.
Well, the Tigers won't like it. They still have possession in the other end, and they'll put it down for Brandon Taylor. Tigers have a few different guys that can score. Ryan Fohl with 11 goals, Joey Mcdougall with 7 goals, Tyler Boyle with 4 goals, Zach Boyle with 3, all in his last 2 games, mind you, too. But they haven't found the score sheet tonight. Zach Boyle started off slow, but he's got 6 points in his last 3, including 2 versus the Jokers in a hard-fought contest and a 4-3 loss. Mcdougall down low. Fohl trying to battle away, gets bumped off the puck. And the Red Wings will converge on McNair, but a good job from the Tigers to hold the line before the Red Wings will finally carry it out. Steve Best has his pocket picked by Zach Boyle. Off to Joey Mcdougall. Mcdougall stops. Ryan Fohl. Oh, how did that not go in the net? Ryan Fohl doesn't miss those often, and now the Red Wings have a body in behind the defense the other way. Tyler Leeming on the wraparound. Glenn Forbes-White makes the save, but how did Ryan Fohl not score that goal?
We'll see that on your screen here, but look at the D from the Red Wings. All 4 on the same side of the ice. There is no reason that Fohl should be open there. I think that's just hit the post or the crossbar. We'll see a lot better on this side, but unfortunate from Fohl there.
I think Villani might have got a piece of that.
Yeah, that looks like a very good save from Villani. Maybe even the back of his arm. That is a very, very good save. Just as we said, he hasn't had to make many.
That is an unbelievable save from Curtis Villani. Just got the inside of his arm. And it is 3-0.
Yeah, having said the last 3-4 minutes has been the first time this game that Tigers have had sustained pressure on the Red Wings end.
We'll see if we can get that replay again of that amazing save. Here's Ryan Fohl again in slow motion.
Just gone underneath him. That is a very good save from Villani. The blocker.
Yeah.
Looks like it's hit the inside of the blocker.
Wow.
That is a very good
blocker
save
around
from
the jersey. Curtis Villani with a heck of a save.
It looks like they're just sorting out some timekeeping stuff for the 10-minute misconduct.
So there's a 10-minute misconduct on the board for the Tigers?
I believe it's the Red Wings here.
Who is it? Is it Wise?
Not sure.
Not sure. I haven't seen much here.
Well, there's been a 10-minute misconduct issued somewhere.
It would be Wise for the hit from behind.
It would be.
That's what it was, the 2 and a 10.
2 and a 10. So Wise will be back at the 16:32 mark of the 3rd period. That's a key defensive loss for the Red Wings. We'll see if the Tigers can take advantage as Glenn Forbes-White makes the save. But yeah, there you go. Curtis Villani made all the saves that he needed to, and then one that he probably didn't need to make because that'd be acceptable if that goes in, but even better when he keeps it out.
Yeah, and this has been one of the very rare shifts where the Red Wings have had recently in the Tigers zone. So it's good to see how the Tigers have bounced back and started to really get some pressure up. You'd probably say that bounces aren't going their way right now, but you can't drop your heads yet.
Puck possession from Leeming. Plays it down in the corner to Gal. Tries to get it from Best. Back to Gal. Campbell can't hold the line. It's a foot race for it. Ollie Martin trying to chase down young Chris Campbell. Fohl keeps it in. Players stay on side. Martin chips it down low. He'll go off for a change as Glenn Fohl drops it off to Gebert. Sharp angle shot, and Villani's dialed in. Makes a good glove save.
Great save from Villani. Yeah, you barely can tell that he's had a year off. He's been all over the Tigers forwards today, and he's really made a difference.
Under 3 to go. All goals coming in the first period for the Red Wings. Boy, would they Tigers like that first period back, but odd man rush goals from Steve Best and a 3-on-0 goal that Villani buried, and then Tyler Leeming, a goal off the face-off late in the first. Those are your 3 goal scorers. Tigers 0 for 2 on the Agile Group power play. And a couple great saves from Villani has made it a 3-0 game. Eric, Sammy, and Jeremy calling all the action for you at the ice arena. Boyle over towards Joey Mcdougall. In his own end, long stretch pass to Tyler Boyle. Boyle out wide. Boyle with a shot. Blocker save again, and he makes the second one. Rebound in front. Goalie was down, and Zach Boyle couldn't find the back of the net. Couple nice saves, though, from Villani. Tate tries to backhand this out. Mcdougall holds the line. Tyler Boyle is right there. He's created a couple scoring opportunities today. 4 goals on the young season. Mcdougall with some space. Back down low. Picked up by Sarcic. Sarcic takes a funny bounce off the boards, and Mcdougall's there again. Mcdougall starting to take a bit of control in the offensive end.
Yeah, it looks like Joey's warming up to the game a bit.
Joey Mcdougall, Canadian import here for law school in Adelaide. He's almost done law school, so everybody be careful around Joey. Lowe picks up the puck, plays it on the right side, and Mcdougall back checking once again. Dangles around one man in front of the Tiger bench. Plays it right side to Tyler Boyle. $1:20 to go in the second period. Tigers trying to get back in the game as Nick Powell loses his stick. Mcdougall gives and heads towards the net. This is Zach Boyle back towards Joey Mcdougall. Cycling it around down low to Ryan Full. He's pushed off the puck by Newbound. Regained by Full. Full centering play. McNair with a shot on net and another nice save from Villani. Picked up again, the longest sustained pressure from the Tigers all day, but they can't beat the goaltender. He was excellent the last time he played the Tigers too. Long shot in off the backboards. Andrew Stapleton chasing after this, and it goes out of play with 42 seconds to go in the second period.
Yeah, it's a nice follow-up from Tyler Boyle on the rebound. Curtis Villani ready for it.
Yeah, he's been great. He's only let in 1 goal in his last 2 and a bit games here. He's done a very good job bouncing back from that 6-0 loss to the Jokers, and he's shown why he's a very good goalie in this league.
Yeah, since then, 1 goal allowed versus the Hawks, 1 versus the Falcons. He's been really good. Another short side shot by Ryan Full, and he's just shaking his head. He's had a couple opportunities.
Yeah, you're starting to see the frustration seething in for the Tigers, and they really can't afford for this to happen. You still got a whole period of hockey. There's no reason that you should be getting frustrated or chippy yet. Redwings could score 3 in a period. There's no reason the Tigers can't.
It is only a 3-goal lead for the Red Wings right now, but time will start to tick away as we head towards the third period. At what time does hope start to disappear for the Tigers?
Again, there's a lot of experience, so it should not really be a problem for a very long time. And especially now Tigers have last 6-7 minutes, they have really been on top of the game, so just keep doing what you're doing, and it's good. 20 miles to go.
Villani tried to bank one in off a nice pass from Dave Gall, but a nice save from Glenn Forbes-White, one of the tougher ones he's had to make today.
It was. You see the puck's moved around, and he didn't bite that move behind the net. I think it was Villani trying to fake him out a little bit behind the, no, Gall behind the net trying to fake him out a little bit, but very good save.
This should eat the final seconds in the second period. It's a scoreless second period, probably highlighted by Curtis Villani in net. The Red Wings holding on to a 3-0 lead. We'll see you for the third. What a venue the Adelaide Ice Arena has become on beautiful Ghana land in South Australia. There's a man behind a lot of the work, JB, getting things done around the place. And where he's standing right around that area, you just saw there's going to be a third sheet of ice pretty soon. What is that third sheet going to mean for the development of hockey here?
The biggest thing is extra ice time. Everyone, especially in the junior programs, we're looking at how can we get more and more ice time for our programs, and that should alleviate that pressure quite a bit.
Great place to come watch some hockey, have a drink, eat some food. The kitchen's coming. But we're back and ready for the third period, and there's a look at the man that's been the thorn in the side of the Tigers. A big second period from Curtis Villani. We were talking in the break. He's looking comfortable in the game, which is not good for the opponents.
Yeah, Curtis, as we said at the start of the game, Curtis, great goalie, and we know Curtis' talent, but one thing's always been a little bit inconsistent, and if Curtis gets a good start to the game, it's usually pretty much a wall there, and unfortunately, yeah, for Tigers, that's where we're headed right now.
Underway in the third period, the Tigers need to get something on the board quick. Ryan Fohl was robbed in a highlight reel save that we didn't even realize was a save at first, but here come the Red Wings on another 2-on-1. Gal in tight on the backhand, and Glenn Forbes-White just steers that one aside. Picked up by Stevie Best. Back to Gal. Centering play in front, and Leeming just fanned on a shot. Now the Tigers going to try to go the other direction. Stretch pass across. Here's Zach Boyle. Boyle in tight, stops at the hash mark. Couldn't find a teammate to get the disc to, and Stevie Best evades one man. Picks this up to Leeming. He tried some acrobat gymnastics, trying to make the Olympic team, but he can't quite get in there. Maybe for diving, I don't know.
Yeah, that hurt my groins.
Tyler Leeming really has settled into this season after a slow start by his standards, but man, oh man, has he picked up the pace as of late. 7 goals, 4 assists, 11 points in 5 games. Pretty good.
Yeah, and I think that first line, that's been a difference maker today so far.
3 goals, lots of odd man rushes. 18:46 to go in the third period. Tigers looking to break what's been a really good game from Curtis Villani, although Glenn Forbes-White in that last period made a few pretty good saves too. Just a few defensive breakdowns that the Red Wings have taken advantage of. The difference in the game today. Ollie Martin trying to take the game on himself. Jeremy Klein took the puck away from his teammate, and now Villani going the other direction with Nick Powell. Villani in the corner, sharp angle shot, whipped across the crease, but nobody was there, and Bill Newbound just chips this one in. McNair leads Ollie Martin up. Martin stops, gets it to Stapleton. Stapleton crunched on the boards, taking off the puck. Martin keeps it in. Good firm shot, but it's right to Campbell. Campbell takes a hard hit with Jeremy Klein, but bounces right back up. This one knocked down by Stapleton, should be called for a high stick. No arguments there, but a big hit behind the boards.
Good to see Campbell take that as well.
Yeah, welcome to Premier League, Chris, and yeah, took it really well.
Is that a big adjustment when you're a rookie playing in either A grade or in some lower junior levels, then all of a sudden you're playing against grown men who have been playing hockey maybe like Glenn Fohl for 173 years?
Yeah, it's a big adjustment. Probably even more here than in your so-called traditional hockey countries, because our only contact level in the junior program is the bantams, which is 15 and under. So going straight from 15s to proper senior contact hockey, it's not ideal, but gotta do what you gotta do. Good players adjust.
Gal danced his way through the opponents, but couldn't quite score it. A nice little chip earlier there from Glenn Fohl. Now Zach Boyle banks it off the boards, and Joey Mcdougall has to scramble a little bit to get repossession of the puck. Backhanded pass into the neutral zone. Sarchit tries to go wide to Glenn Fohl, who's joining the rush. I love watching Glenn Fohl play because he doesn't have that visor on like pretty much every other player in Premier League has, but Glenn Fohl doesn't have to wear it because he was not born after that certain date, but it's fun to watch.
Absolutely.
You wear a visor, Sammy?
I wear a visor, and sometimes
the cage.
Sometimes I've been told by young Tabitha that I need to wear a cage.
Backhanded shot from Joey Mcdougall. This one caroms wide, and it's kept in by O'Hanley before it's finally chipped out from Lowe, who's played a nice little role-playing role for the Red Wings in his call-up.
Yeah.
Often you need to call a couple guys up from A grade for these big games versus some of the top clubs just to have that depth, and they've done a good job of finding those players.
Yeah, and that's one, it gives energy to the lineup, but also just a little bit of extra break. It's usually the biggest difference between teams with 3 lines and teams rotating 2 lines. It's a third period. When you start getting a bit tired, you start chasing the game. So that's where that third line really comes in handy.
And as a coach, are you just looking for them to take away pressure and time to give your stars a bit of a rest?
A bit of that, but I really want to see them push on the attack as well. Really put pressure. Just more when the third line is attacking, keeping it simple. No risks. But yeah, you don't want them to just kind of be a defensive line.
Well, 5 minutes into the third period, Tigers trying to break a goose egg right now. Who do you have the most likely Tiger to score a goal? We'll get a pick from both of you. And then in the comments section, leave one down there. And if you get it right, Sammy Mantier will give you a firm high five later in the week. But who do you got?
That's very valuable.
I am going to go with Joey Mcdougall.
And I'm a goalie, so I'm going to say no one's going to break Villani's streak tonight.
Loose puck in front. Glenn Forbes-White might have got a piece of that one. Nick Powell had a great opportunity. Puck jamming away in the corner. Redwings trying to push this one away, and now here's an opportunity for the Tigers. Ryan Full, the leading goal scorer, sharp angle shot. Belaney with another big save. Andrew Stapleton was chipping down low. Tigers with a chance on the odd man rush, but here come the Red Wings the other way. Steve Best dangles wide, fires, and it's McNair who's lost his stick. He's got to play a little bit of soccer, but it's picked up by Zach Boyle. Boyle working his way through the defense, drops this one off to Ryan Full. Full was looking for Klein, but he had just overcommitted in front of the net that little bit. Powell up to Belaney. Belaney dances off one defender, and McNair's there to scoop up the garbage, and he banks it around the backboards to Zach Boyle. Time starting to become the enemy of the Tigers. Klein pushes this one forward. He's got a stick tied up with him as well. That was the stick of Adam Wise, who's back after the 10-minute misconduct. Here's Joey Mcdougall with space on the backhand. Tom Tate got back and made the play, but at least they drew a penalty. And the Tigers are going to the power play once again.
And you can see there a great save from Villani just to stay strong to Fall. You really can't give the shooter, especially Ryan Fall of all people, you can't give him any space as a goalie. He's probably going to pick the corner. If not, he's probably hitting the top netting, but most of the time he will hit that top corner. So,
well, you would know.
Yeah, I would, unfortunately. And if not, he's dumping it in the corner.
Eric Balnar, Jeremy Friedrich, Sammy Mantier calling all the action. The Tigers, you figure they need to score on this agile group power play that's being gifted to them from Ryan Rentala, as Zach Boyle, Team Australia defenseman, will drop this off to Joey Mcdougall, import here in the league. He's been in South Australia for a few years now. He's dropped back off, and Zach Boyle can't even enter the zone. And this is a turnover. Tyler Leeming the other direction. Glenn Forbes-White makes the save he absolutely had to make on the hottest goal scorer in the competition right now.
Yeah, that was a very good save from Forbes-White. It shows that nothing's phased him yet. You know, 3 early goals can make a big difference to most goalies, but he's a very, very calm and collected one.
Shot in from a far distance away from Zach Boyle, and easily smothering that was Villani. Here's a look at the Leeming opportunity again.
Yeah, Tyler very deceptive on a quick release shot. Doesn't look like he gets much power, but it's always going where he wants it to go, and it's a really, really quick shot.
Mcdougall wins the draw they needed to win. 50 seconds to go on the man advantage for the Tigers. They're 0 for 2 today. Full, good job of knocking this one down. Full chips it forward into some traffic. Brandon Taylor almost tipped that one by. Now Ryan Full gets this over to Glenn Full. Full works his way down low. Tigers adjust. Full to Full. Ryan Full. Back to the point for Gebert. Ryan Full's got a shot. Will he use it? He slaps one through. Taylor couldn't get a stick on it. Taylor to Mcdougall. Glenn Full keeps it in. Can they clear the zone? Kept in by Gebert with 15 seconds to go on the man advantage. Full, sharp angle shot. Wraps around the boards. Ryan Full picks it up with 8 seconds to go on the power play, and that might just eat it up as he was forced out of the zone from Bill Newbound.
Not a lot of support on a Tigers team on that power play on the puck. Again, a lot of the player with the puck having to do too much work by themselves.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of too much panic as well. And they're all desperate to be the difference maker here and all get the goal. And you can't have that in a game of hockey. And when it's such a team effort from the Redwings. They've done a really good job of containing that.
Like you said at the start of the game, Jeremy, sometimes when the Tigers go down early in games like they were in this one, they deviate from their game plan just a little bit and take the game on too much on their own. Powell up to Steve Best. Dangles around one, quick shot in, and Glenn Forbes-White had to be ready for that, and he makes the glove save off a quick relief from Steve Best, who really does have one of the best shots in the comp.
He does.
It's a nice little drag here just before the shot to get that little bit more of an angle, little bit of screen from Zach Boyle.
It is interesting you mentioned that, Sammy. That's one of the hardest shots to play with. That drag before you shoot, it changes the angle completely. So the goalie really has to judge whether they commit to moving across that a little bit too much, or whether they trust their glove like Forbes-White did there and make a very simple save.
And the thing on that drag is can be very, very small distance, 10, 15 centimeters, and that just creates a whole different scenario.
Probably makes that save a bit more impressive.
Or at least that's what the scorers tell me. I wouldn't know.
That's my job too, to make the goalies seem that little bit more impressive.
Yeah.
Chipped ahead by Zach Boyle, but right to the defense again. And
it's a silly little penalty there. Did not need to do that, and gives Tigers
just more opportunities for them to get back in the hockey game. They're 0 for 3 on their agile group power plays today. There's about 9 minutes left in the third period. The clock's going to be running. There's just enough time for a comeback, but you figure it starts on this power play.
Yeah, I'm just looking at a little bit of combinations, getting the puck moving, getting that traffic in the slot, but yeah, puck's got to move quicker, easier. Often on power play, what we notice is we're making it way too complicated, making big passes instead of keeping it simple and grinding out that way.
Joey Mcdougall with a pass across ice to Ryan Full. That's offside by a while. So they'll reset this one outside the zone.
That's another one that you'd probably like to see go deep. I don't think there's any reason that they should be too fancy on the blue line, because most of the time a deal pick that off as well. I think a power play is really crucial that you get set up in the zone and make the most of those 2 minutes.
Yeah, get in the zone and start playing after that.
Yeah, it's a long 2 minutes if you do it properly.
Especially with the run time, it just eats some clock while you're on the power play.
But then also not rushing too much. You still got the 2-minute power play. That's
Pass
a nice play from Ben.
Boyle had a shot. Ben Gebert created that one really well. Talk about that play in a second, Mr. Sammy Mantier. But Brandon Taylor working against Adam Wise is doing a good job of freezing the puck in the corner. 1 minute left in the power play. 7 minutes on your screen is when this one will end. Battling away in the corner. Wise trying to kick this to himself. What a job from the Red Wing defenseman.
And this is where Wise is comfortable.
Boyle with a sharp angle shot, but how about the job from Adam Wise?
Yeah, that's again where Wise is comfortable playing in the corners. He knew exactly what he was doing. I think there was a bit of a smirk during the play as well from Wisey.
Well, we've always talked about him being a shutdown defenseman, and he's a very crucial man on that PK unit. Probably a really good one that Campbell can learn from as well. They've got different personalities in defense. I think it's really good for a young D-man like that to be around them.
Mcdougall wins the draw, back to Gebert. Gebert can create a scoring opportunity if they get him the puck at the point, and that's where it goes once again. Backhanded pass over towards Boyle.
It's not very controlled passing there.
No, and the penalty is going to come to an end here. So again, they're going to go 0 for 4 on the power play, and a couple nice saves from Villani over the day, but that's been a big game story so far. Red Wings raced out to a 3-0 lead. Tigers have had chances, but they haven't been able to do much since. Gebert, sharp angle, the Full with a shot. Villani with the blocker save.
Yeah, that's a great save. Good job taking that angle away from Villani as well.
Oh, Nick Powell takes a nasty spill in the corner. I think he got tangled up with Joey Mcdougall. He's slow to get up. We'll take a look at the replay again. I think it was no malintent. It's just an awkward play. Here's a look at it once again.
Yeah, I think Joe is just very, very intense on the play.
Ooh. That hand in the back a little bit. But again, it happens, and sometimes it's definitely not intentional. Mcdougall was not one of those guys that would do anything dirty like that, but sometimes it's unfortunate, and you end up taking it the wrong way.
I think the word you used there, Sammy, is intense on the play.
Yeah, and that's what Joey brings. That's a really nice save from Villani.
It is. Villani came out, and like we've said all game, he got settled in early and he's done everything he needs to.
But that was one of the very few times where Tigers actually got the puck into the kind of slot area and getting a clear shot from there. Redwings been doing a pretty good job keeping Tigers out.
6 minutes and 23 seconds left in the period. Just over 6 to go. Can the Tigers get a comeback on the board? Working down low is Stapleton. Just controls the puck. Drops it down to Jeremy Klein. Klein bumped away from Bill Newbound. Klein off to Martin. Martin chipped away from the puck. Klein battling away. A lot of loose puck battles, like you said, Sammy, have been won by the Red Wings all day, even on the defensive zone. And there's Steve Best winning a loose puck and getting it up to Tyler Leeming, and it goes back to McNair, and the Tigers have to reset, but it's a giveaway in the neutral zone. Not to the guy you wanted to either. Steve Best, quick shot again, and Glenn Forbes-White with a nice save.
That's one for the highlight reel, and Forbes-White, as much as we've been all over Villani, he's done just as well to keep himself in the game, to keep the team in the game.
I feel like the puck's been a lot in the Red Wings' end.
Yeah, last second half of the game, really. But again, Tigers, they've controlled the puck, but it hasn't really been in the danger areas. So Red Wings would be pretty happy with their defensive efforts.
Well, 5 minutes to go in the game, which means we're 5 minutes away from Sammy and Jeremy's 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Agile Group. So we'll let the brain trust start to confer over what that's going to look like. Zach Boyle intercepts the pass. Maybe there'll be a hero late in the game on a frantic comeback for the Tigers. We've seen crazier things. Not too many more crazy things, but some. At the point, McNair fires one in, banks it around the boards. Ryan Full greets that, sends it to the slot, intercepted by Dave Gall and cleared and steered away back into the Tiger zone.
Yeah, again there, Tigers had the puck, control of the puck on the boards, and as soon as it came in the middle, Red Wings played it out.
This one goes out of play, and the clock will keep running with 4 minutes and 24 seconds to go in this game.
Yeah, for me, Tigers really need more support on the puck, creating the 2-on-1s in the corners and on the boards, and instead of trying to hope for a pass to the slot, try win the 2-on-1 and skate it in, and then have another guy on the slot ready to play.
Things are getting dire for the Tigers, wearing those brand new, very nice looking white jerseys, I might say. Tyler Boyle pushes this one forward. Bill Newbound there first. Jared Lowe chips it off the boards, and Lowe's created a 2-on-1 with Pellerin. Lowe working wide, fires a shot blocker save from Glenn Forbes-White. Pellerin gloves this one down, banks it in behind the goals. Pellerin grabs it once again. Working behind there's O'Hanley, working with Benny Gebert.
And this is again exactly what you want from your third line. Exactly what you want from your third line.
A very good shift, and what might be their final shift of the game too.
Oh, could be, but if not, Dave.
But a turnover. Here's Ollie Martin, sharp angle shot. Villani, another nice save. Campbell back recovering, tries to play it around the boards. Bill Newbound now there with it. Boyle takes the body, Campbell takes the puck, and he goes right up the ice. Stretch pass ahead. Gebert keeps it in, settles it over. Zach Boyle can't gain control, and now Benny Gebert picks it up at the center line. Gebert, lead pass ahead.
So was it all 3 goals in the first period?
All 3 goals in the first period. One in the opening minutes of the game when Steve Best finished off the Tyler Leeming pass on a 2-on-0. Then there was the infamous 3-on-0.
Yeah.
A turnover out of nowhere that Villani buried, and then off the face-off, very quick shot from Tyler Leeming made it 3-0 with about 5 minutes to go in the first, and that's where we're at so far with 2.5 to play. Full centering play. Klein has the goalie down. Loose puck. Boyle shot from the point. Oh, that rifles wide. Powell picks up the loose change and tries to send Villani ahead, and Glenn Forbes-White comes out of his crease and plays that to avoid some danger.
That was actually a really good block from the other Villani, doing some work for his brother there. That was a really good block in front of the net. Not sure if we'll see it here, but that was really good job getting in front of pucks. And when it's this late in the game, when you're this close, I think it's exactly what you want them to be doing.
Jeremy, do you appreciate my blocks?
I do. The very many of them.
I remember I had one about 3 years ago.
I remember that one too. I think one of the few that I get, except for Timmy Benson's big blocks. I think there's no one else that puts their body in front. Maybe Jake Hazel. Jake Hazel loves a block or two.
I remember that block too. It was against the Tigers. The Tigers went on to win that game 13-1. But it could have been 14.
It could have been, yeah.
Loose puck in front. Ryan Rintala collects the puck, gets this over, and just can't hold the line. Villani. Tigers going the other direction. $1:40 to go in this one. It's looking very dire now for the Tigers. On the verge of becoming an extinct species in this game, and Villani is going to try to ice this one on the breakaway. Oh, and Glenn Forbes-White might have got a piece of it. It just goes a little bit wide. Minute 25 to go. Not looking at pulling the goalie either at any stage in this one. It might be past the point of no return. A turnover created by Villani. Fires a shot on net. Glenn Forbes-White's had to make a couple saves. In front again. Powell got a piece of it, and it's steered away. Mitch Villani's had a few opportunities. Both the Villani brothers have been excellent as we enter our last minutes of play of Premier League action here on Wednesday. Poked ahead by Leeming. Leeming in tight, and Glenn Forbes-White makes a nice save to keep it a 3-0 game.
And again, vintage Leeming driving the net.
It's been very reckless indeed from the Tigers. Probably would have liked them to see it control the puck a little bit more when it's this late and you look at it pulling the goalie. But great save from Forbes-White there on Leeming as well.
Yeah, and really got to give Redwings credit for the way they played defense. In first half of the game, they didn't really have to play a whole heap of defense, but second half, they've just kept it simple. They've kept the center of the ice and defenses are really clogged up, and Tigers, is it fair to say, haven't really created a whole lot?
A whole level of intensity that the Tigers haven't really been able to match today, and they're going to move to 5 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. They're still within shot of the Jokers, who are sitting undefeated. If the Red Wings win their next game versus your Jokers,
not sure about that.
It becomes interesting. But I'll tell you what, a playoff series between the Tigers and the Red Wings would be very entertaining.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And in the end, when it comes to finals, we've seen over the last couple of years, what happens in the regular season doesn't really come to play in that. And with the Jokers, we've got a lot of young guys, and that one old Finnish part there as well whenever he gets a game. But both of these teams, when it comes to finals, it's a lot of experience and a lot of grit, and they know how to play.
We take away the first 10 minutes of this game, and it's pretty much dead even between these two teams again.
Yeah. But again, unfortunately, hockey game, we don't take away that 10 minutes. So
every minute counts.
Really.
Well, all that's left is to see if Curtis Villani can hold on to the goose egg that he's got. He's 27 seconds away. Nervous, and we're in a situation where you know you've won the game, Jeremy, because the game has been won by the Red Wings, but you're trying to protect that one valuable thing. Is it another jolt of nervousness as a goaltender?
I think every goalie is going to play it differently. You try not to think about it too much.
What about you? Do you think about it?
I have the privilege I have the privilege of having Jordan Geyer on the bench remind me every minute with the words. So
I was going to ask, and be honest, 30 seconds left in the game, you got the shutout. Are you happy to see me on the ice, or would you rather someone else?
Oh, look, I've got a few different names that I'd be a lot more panicked about out there.
Yeah.
I think if there was Jake Riley out there, I'd probably be facing another couple of breakaways.
I feel like that wasn't a yes or no, though.
I'd rather not comment on that.
Well, he's going to get it, and the Tigers are going to get a win, or the Red Wings are going to get the win, and everyone goes to skate to congratulate their goaltender, who is simply awesome in this game as the Red Wings skate away with a 3-0 win, all the goals in the first period. Gentlemen, we'll let you can discuss it here. I want to hear third star, second star, first star. We'll start with the third star.
Let me start with just, I think I deserve a high five from Sammy. I think I predicted that there'd be no more goals on Villani, so it's been done here. I think I deserve that. But look, third star, I think Forbes-White has been the only real turning point in the Tigers today. I think he's done a very good job of keeping him in it. Unfortunate start to the game, but other than that, it's been faultless.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Glenn as well. One goal that he probably, Tyler's third goal, probably wasn't happy with that, but the other 2 goals, there was nothing he could have done.
I have a feeling I know who the first star of the game is, but let's hear the second star of the game.
I'd have to go with Leeming. He's been dynamic all game. It could have been any of those first 3, even Villani as well, Mitch, but at the end of the day, I think Leeming's made a real presence out there.
I'm going to go for a shock value and give Curtis Villani 2 stars.
Oh, well, obviously, I think I'm going to finish off with Curtis. He's been unreal today, and he really deserves that shutout.
3 goals from the Tigers in the first, or for the Red Wings in the first, none allowed from Curtis Villani. He gets the first star of the game with the shutout victories. Gentlemen, any final thoughts as we wrap things up from the Ice Arena?
Sammy, who's yours? Who's your mysterious
Who's my?
number one?
Who's my? I'm going to give it to Chris Campbell, actually.
I like that. I like that.
Look, I think just for a young guy stepping up the way he has done, there's a little smirk from Chris. It was just great to see. And I will say Chris helped Curtis on his way.
He did.
Yeah.
Well, Eric Bolnar, on behalf of Sammy Mantier and Jeremy Friedrich, thank you for joining us wherever you were. We hope you enjoyed tonight's presentation from the Ice Arena, brought to you by Agile Group and Space Quake Sports. We will see you 1 week from today with more ice hockey action live from the Ice Arena. Have a good night.